Welcome, it's Cathy Cena with Tri-Cities Community TV, and we're at Lee Square in downtown Port Coquitlam at the Michael Wright Art Gallery. Today my guest is Katrina Shelast, and not only is she someone who is a business owner in Port Coquitlam, she does a lot for our community, and she's going to talk to us about the Starfish Packs today. Katrina, welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Cathy. Thanks for having me.
Now, I don't know a lot about the program itself, but I'd love for you to tell me. I know that this is something that you've been putting together through Rotary Sunrise. So tell me about the inception of this program.
So the Starfish Pack Program is a program that sends vulnerable kids in our community home with a package of food every weekend. Mm-hmm. The packages are put together by a nutritionist, and week to week we have 5 menus. So we have 4 weeks as well as a long weekend spring break menu that's a little bit larger, a little different than the usual menus. So the idea is to send them home, have enough food for each meal for the weekend, as well as snacks for the children and their families as well.
And how do you pick the schools that these packs go into?
That's a bit more difficult because there is a lot of need in our community. Mm-hmm. So initially when we started the program, we had one school do a pilot, see how that went through, and then since that we've actually been lucky enough that the schools have been contacting us, and then we assess the need with the counselors, the facilitators at the school that know the families, know the need, and we do have a little bit of a list to go through, sort of how to categorize and how to fit the kids that are in the most need. And so we allow the schools to do that for us because they have the closer relationships with the kids. We're now looking at expanding into some of the middle schools, as well as even some of the high schools have reached out with some families that are really desperately in need. Right now, mostly at the elementary level, most of our students.
So grade 3, 4?
Yeah, anywhere from, some of the kids are in kindergarten. We have some multiple packs in some families because they are quite large families. So we may have 2 kids that are in elementary, and then there's older kids as well. So some of those families go home with 2 packs for families of maybe 4, even 5 children.
Where do you assemble all of this, and who are some of your community partners that you're working with to put these packs together? Obviously, you must be getting the money from somewhere. Are you solely relying on donors to help you in this project, or how does that work?
Yeah, so initially we put on one fundraiser that nearly Neil actually came out for, which was a big deal for us. But we put that on initially and raised the $5,000, started our pilot, and then the following year we actually wrote our district grant to actually get the program started. And then from there it's been businesses, people in the community. We've had a lot of third-party community fundraisers actually just this weekend. Sharon Perry put on an express game, a sponsorship game for us, and we've had Coquitlam Center. A lot of partners that we have are ongoing. We have the Resonant Church that does a lot of our packing, and we also have Save On as our food partner. So there's a lot of partnerships and a lot of people coming together. And I know you asked about packing. We do have different packing groups that come out, so there is an opportunity there for people to come out and actually be hands-on in the program as well.
And this has been going on for how long now?
So this is our 4th year, and like I said, we usually start out with the schools that we ended the year with previous year, and then almost every year, 1 if not 2 pilots we start to get other schools going, and that all depends on those sponsorships and those partnerships that we have for it to be a sustainable program for us.
Right. So how many children do you think have gotten a starfish pack in the last 4 years? How many lives have you guys touched?
Well, we started out, so I think we started with 15 or 18 in our first pilot, and now we're at 50 kids, and each year we haven't had less than, I would say, 25 to 30. This year we're at 50 and moving on pretty quickly. But there's a lot of demand, and now that people are starting to hear about us, they're starting to contact us, and the needs becoming very apparent very quickly. So we are working on doing more fundraising, of course, and getting ourselves out there so that people know that we exist.
And is this primarily in Port Coquitlam, in the Port Coquitlam schools, or if somebody called from Coquitlam, would you start a pilot there perhaps?
Yeah, so the Rotary Club of Coquitlam Sunrise is actually this is our program now. And Port Coquitlam actually is on board as well. And this program initially started in Abbotsford. And so I believe we're up to, and I might have this number wrong, but 15 to 18 schools in BC that are running this program. So we do work closely with our POCO counterpart, and also with Abbotsford, which we consider to be sort of our hub of our program.
So why is this program near and dear to your heart, Katrina?
Ooh. Initially, actually, I was invited to a breakfast program at my godson's school, and I attended, not really knowing what to expect. And the things that were happening as these kids were getting together and, eating together and taking part in the cleanup, everything, I was floored. And then I thought there's got to be a lot more need for this. And I wasn't aware how much need there was. And especially, all the snack programs, the breakfast programs, all of them are fantastic. And what was sort of missing for us was over the weekends. What do they do when they're not at school?
Right.
And so Starfish Packs already existed, as I mentioned. And so we talked to them. Instead of reinventing the wheel, we spoke with Abbotsford to get us on board and get started. And that's how we became part of the constellation.
Very nice. And so your goal moving forward, first of all, I'd like your goal before we wrap up, as well as what can people be doing to help you? How can they get a hold of you?
Okay, so there is a website, the Starfish Pack website, and Coquitlam is its own portal on there. We also, if you go online with the Coquitlam Sunrise Rotary, has our website there. We do have a PayPal button set up as of recent. Otherwise, on the Starfish Pack Coquitlam website, there's my information, and it also explains how people can donate.
So you're hoping that this program grows throughout British Columbia and beyond?
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of people working to get this beyond, even through our district, which goes into the U.S. And my goal here is just to make sure that the need that is there is met. And that's working together with the entire Tri-Cities to get this program off the ground and everywhere where it's needed. So.
Well, thank you so much for being in the studio with us today. My name is Cathy Cena. I'm with Tri-Cities Community TV, and if you're interested in donating to Starfish Packs, you can find them online or through the Rotary Club of Coquitlam Sunrise. Thanks for watching.